Okay, so if I remember correctly, um, it's gonna be a while until we find a person for this, so we do have to keep that in mind. So for now, we could just head to Viola's place. And we're back at Fort Fermata.
Really, Tuba? Were you expecting Andantino to just show up at the front gate bearing gifts for us?
My apologies, Count Waltz.
Listen carefully, Tuba. I don't think I need to tell you that this is your last chance. Find them and eliminate them all. Immediately.
Yes, my lord.
No, wait. The guardian of Agogo Forest. Bring her back alive. That is the will of the people, after all.
Uh-huh.
By the way, Frederick, what are you making this trip for? I don't think you ever told us.
And another cutscene.
Frederick.
Mr. Chopin is taking a journey on which he will have to face himself. Whether that journey will end with his return home or with his acceptance of death, we cannot be certain.
Frederick, please come back to us.
I'm not really certain.
You're not certain? You're traveling, but you don't know why?
I believe I will be able to tell you when the time is right. You see, I have yet to sort out my own feelings about all of this.
Well, if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. I'm not trying to be nosy or anything.
I'm no longer sure if this world truly is a dream. Maybe it is real after all. Perhaps the world I thought of as reality was in fact nothing more than a dream. But then would that mean the cities of Warsaw and Paris do not exist? No. I'm sure they existed. I'm sure as I am that my own name, the name of Frederick Francois Chopin, has gone down in history in those cities as a famed pianist and composer. I am not mistaken. This is a dream. No matter how unquestionably close it is to reality, this is still just a dream. Unquestionably close to reality? How can it be that ambiguous? What will happen to me when I am no longer able to recognize that a dream is merely a dream? To not be able to recognize that a dream is a dream, what a horrifying prospect! And conversely, would a person like that even be able to recognize that reality is reality? No. How could they? Why should there be a need to recognize that reality is reality in the first place? No one actually thinks about something as obvious as that in their daily life. In the same way, the presence of air goes unnoticed. It's so common it isn't really recognized, is it? But if something cannot be recognized, does it even exist?
And really philosophical again.
I am being tested. That must be what's happening. something I meant to realize on this journey. Paris and Warsaw are irrelevant. If my dreams and reality have already mixed, then I must do my best to live life in this merged world. That is what's most important.
Hey, Frederick, is something the matter?
No, it's nothing.
Hey, we're almost there. Let's hurry.
Definitely getting deep with that conversation. Yeah, so he's like that pretty much from this point on. He definitely questions the reality set forth. Is this a dream? Is this reality? Who knows? Definitely a goofy story. So. Alright, so I should be good with everything. Yeah, we could use a key for the first time. Do you know why this fortress was built? To protect Forte from things like Baroque and pirates, right? Well, that's the official reason. What was it really built for, then? It was built to keep the subjects of the King of Forte from escaping. Huh? Long ago, there was a king of Forte known as the Sage King. It's said that due to his honesty and benevolence, he was revered by his subjects. The people were so willing to work hard for such a king that the whole kingdom was energized by it. Labor, culture, technology, everything combined contributed to the country's prosperity. It was during these times that Fort Sonata was erected. The king wished to keep all of his admiring subjects close at hand. He couldn't stand losing the love and respect of even one of them. Once the fortress was completed, people were able to leave Forte at all. The people put up with being confined in Forte at first, but a situation like that couldn't last. Eventually, discontentment spread, rebellion erupted, and the selfish king was dethroned. How sad. Not really. Sounds like he got what he deserved. No, I think that's the only way he thought he could protect himself. He wanted to be thought well of, to be praised and admired, to be loved forever. He turned his back on his faults and lived a life of fantasy. He built this tall fortress to keep his world from slipping away. It was how he eased his cowardly heart. In the end, the king lost all the friends who might have pointed out his mistakes, made up for his shortcomings, and helped him grow. The truly important thing is to accept both our strengths and our weaknesses, to believe in ourselves without fearing the judgment of others. We learn from our mistakes and grow from them. The king's inability to realize this is the saddest thing of all. Right? Of course, that's all in the past. Yeah, so definitely a pretty cool story. And that does explain, kind of the layout, because it is a little tricky to go through here. It's mostly set up to keep people in. Yeah. Alright, so now we're going to see why I switched to Beat's abilities. Alright, don't look down.
That was about what we expected.
Huh? Gee, I didn't get it. That was kind of hard for me to understand.
Oh, just fine. But why don't we explain it one more time for the little guy?
To put it simply, if there's no tax on mineral powder, then it follows that everyone will keep using it.
And the side effect of the powder is that it allows people to use magic.
Then, once they go mad and become mindless warriors, they can be made soldiers.
Yeah, pretty much.
I get it. Then Forte's army will grow many times in size. And they'll easily defeat Baroque.
But only people who are dying can use magic, right? So, when they do die, Forte will lose its soldiers.
Yes. So in order to maintain the army, they'll flood the market with more and more powder.
And that means floral powder will just continue selling less and less.
Then, as more mineral powder is sold, the number of soldiers will go on increasing. It would be a never-ending spiral, one that will lead straight to hell.
Wait a second. If they keep on doing this, building up an army for a war that may or may not happen, then sooner or later there won't be any people left.
Yes, that's exactly right, Beat. You figured that out fast.
It really is just a complete waste. And Waltz realizes that too. That's why he's trying to increase the strength of the mineral powder.
The Count understands that if he can supply soldiers to the front line at any time, Fonte's military power will essentially be without limit.
And apparently they need to mix glowing go-gos into the mineral powder in order to accomplish that.
Though I hear they also taste good in soup.
Ha!
Huh?
Glowing a-go-go's? I don't remember there being any glowing a-go-go's.
Ha! I'm glad you people
Oh,
like battling
boy.
so much. It made finding all of you here very easy.
Tuba.
Huh? Hey, that's him! That's the guy who locked us away in the dungeon!
That's right. And this time I really mean business. Cause my life's on the line too.
Uh-huh.
Even if you run, you won't get away. Got it?
I'm gonna get you back 100 times from before!
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, so with this fight, Beat automatically comes into the party. So it did work out with having Viola and Salsa as the other two, because they'll be a really good setup. Alright, so I'm going to actually do a little bit of a build here. Or maybe not. Okay, maybe so. Alright. Okay, so I'll go with Grand Slam here. Not too bad. Oh, I could do that again. Let me go for a full here. Not bad. I'll do Grand Slam again. There we go. Very good hit. I missed it. Ugh. That's alright. I can heal. Here we go. Alright, I'll just go for a heal here. Just top up Salsa. I missed it. Oh boy. Ugh, heavy hit. I'm gonna build this up for a bit so I can get a full heal. Just need at least a 24. I'll run over here. There we go. Alright, we should be good. There we go. Got it. Nice. Yeah, let's go beat. Not bad. Okay, and I'll go for salsa here. There we go. Not bad. Okay, so I'll hold on to that for now. I missed it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'll just go for a heal here. Alright, I'll build with beat so I can have salsa attack with Brain Slam. And we should be good. Alright, so might be able to take him out. Oh, he's still kicking. Okay. Got it. Still going. Got it. Oh, that was really early too. Oh, there we go.
Not bad at all.
And we got a weapon for Allegretto, Crescent Blade. And we got some levels too, that's good.
Well, I did it.
Okay, not bad.
Maybe it's time to upgrade.
And level 20. Yeah, so now we got Hawkeye. It's a really good setup for stronger attacks. Very similar to Shadow Silhouette. Yeah, Tuba doesn't look too happy. Oh boy. Well, there goes the bridge. And now for chapter 3. Yeah, so because of that, our party gets split in two.
It's been 4 days already. I hope that Polka and the others are okay.
Ah, Polka and the others, huh? Not Beat and the others?
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm sure they're doing just fine. Look at us. We're managing. Look, Arco's saying cheer up, too. Oh, hey, Jazz, by the way, what's the name of that river we fell into back there?
Fusion River. It carries rainfall from Mount Rock down to the Blue Sea. The rich earth from Mount Rock flows down with the water, so crops tend to grow very well in the nearby regions of the river.
No, that was in the past. Ever since Walt started mining Mount Rock, things have changed a lot around this area.
A lifetime to build, but it only takes a moment to destroy. You know, human beings really are masters of destruction. Everything we do has some effect on the environment. And ultimately, that ends up affecting human society as well. That's very true.
There should be a small inn past this swamp. Once we make it there, the rest of the way shouldn't be a problem.
We'll need to be up early tomorrow.
Yeah, getting philosophical again. And this is where we'll be able to get to play as some new characters too, which is definitely welcome. Adagio, I believe. I think that's how you pronounce that, Adagio. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the new characters. We got Jazz, Falsetto, and Claves. Jazz is another one that's actually pretty decent for combo making because his attacks count for 2. And that's because he wields a pretty large claymore. So you can do some pretty good attacks with him. Falsetto is a pretty quick attacker, and she has some really good attacks that do like really good multi-hit. Like Snowclaw. And Claves is a pretty well-rounded one, has some really decent healing abilities and some pretty good attacking abilities as well. So, yeah, and this is when we'll start seeing some more of the buff abilities. So if we attack light creatures, we'll do even more damage, which is pretty beneficial. Alright, so we did just get... Oh, here we go, Crescent Blade. Yeah, 10% HP at the beginning of the turn, so this will be good. Yeah, so we'll give that to him. And... I'll keep the poisoned on for now. So, I think I want to keep... Let me think. I want to take Jazz out, because what I usually do, I usually keep this party. I usually don't use Falsetto and Claves here. But I kind of want to use Falsetto, because she's actually pretty decent. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll use Falsetto. Yeah, so you probably have noticed. I usually use Viola and Allegretto for a lot of these. Because they're both really good damage users. Wait, we're going in here? Is there a problem? No, but... And it's just, well, filthy. Oh, come on. We can't get to the hideout without going through here. I know that. Viola doesn't care. It's just water. Come on, you two. Let's go. Alright. So, we also got some fish in here, too. These guys can be pretty dangerous, too, because they can be pretty quick.
Alright, let's go!
Yeah, stuck behind the tree. Oh, wow. Messed that up. That's alright. I got Viola. Yeah, well, again, the defenses. There we go. Nice.
Are you catching on yet?
There we go. Much better. Yeah, so I do have to be careful of character placement too. If I'm too far away, the attacks won't hit.
Let's get started.
Not bad.
Are you catching on yet?
Good block. Oh, and another good block. There we go.
Are you catching on yet?
I'm gonna go for a heal. There we go.
What did you think?
Alright, so I see a chest. And it looks like this is a dead end. Yeah, so there's nothing here. Yeah, so I gotta go down that way to get that chest. Okay, dead end. I don't know. I can try it. Okay. Ah, another chest. I don't think this one moves, so I think I have to fight this one.
You better pull your head in.
Falls out of the step. Yeah.
Are you catching on yet?
There we go. Not bad. Yeah, mess those up. That's alright. Yeah, so Falsetto is definitely a pretty decent one. But I usually don't use her. Even though she does have some really good setups for other characters, I tend not to use her. So, for now, I am actually going to switch back over to Jazz. Yeah, Claves is also another character I tend not to use.
Well, are you ready or what? Let's get started.
See if we can take the fish out. Nice. Alright, here we have Jazz. Pretty good.
Alright, let's keep moving forward.
Yeah, Jazz is a pretty solid character. Because he has the bigger weapon, he does double hits for every hit. Angel Trumpets. Okay, that'll come in handy. Alright, so we got everything over here. Yeah, we can take out a few more of these guys.
Come on. Take that.
Not bad. There we go.
All right, let's keep moving forward.
I believe we got everything over there, so let's check over here. Might as well.
Don't get cocky. You're going down.
Good.
Haven't you had enough yet?
Apparently not. Taking a long way. Let's do this. Pick this guy out. Yeah, so that's the offset with Jazz. Even though he does have the double hits, he tends to move a little bit slower than some of the other characters, which isn't too bad. It's a pretty good balance with it. do want to check behind this guy, though. Oh, there we go. It was worth it. Swallow shooter. Okay. Oh, here we go. We got a nice one. It's like we get the speed shoes back. And a really good attack bonus, too.
Go in strong. Don't hold anything back.
Alright, so we got 3 in this one.
Haven't you had enough yet?
A little bit more. Not enough. Yeah, it's alright. Good block. Nice. Missed it. That's alright. It happens.
Alright, let's keep moving forward.
Yeah, level 20. Very nice. Ooh, we got Fire Wave. Yeah, so if you noticed, way early on, this was one of his earlier attacks, because he had Phantom Wave. We now have the light variant, which is Fire Wave. Yeah, so pretty much the same thing. It shoots off towards the enemy and then pretty much explodes behind them as well. So pretty decent one if you have a couple of enemies that are like right next to each other. So, Sky Divider is pretty decent, so I actually will switch over to Fire Wave. Yeah, so a pretty decent skill to use. Alright, I see a chest over there, but it seems like I gotta walk way over there. Check over here first. Hopefully this guy will turn around or go somewhere else. Alright, that works. Dead end. And dead end. Okay, so I gotta go this way. Let me check right here. Okay. Yeah, so I have to go a long way around. I think it might be a battle. Yeah.
Don't take all day.
That's alright. Go.
Haven't you had enough yet?
I can actually go for a bone crumble because we were in the shadow. Nice. Ooh. Good block. Yeah.
All right, let's keep moving forward.
Oh, and a level up.
Maybe it's time to upgrade.
Yeah, by the way, I just realized I didn't equip Hawkeye. Sounds a pretty decent one. Yeah, let's do... Bone Crumble is decent. Let's do Hawkeye. Yeah, so this one, just like with Shadow Silhouette, it sets it up so that the next attack is stronger. And this works for everybody. It's pretty much a debuff on the enemy instead of the player themselves. This is just a debuff for the enemy, so anybody that attacks the next character, the next enemy I mean, has a stronger attack. so I gotta find some way to get down there. Okay, nothing over here. Okay, it looks like we go ahead. Let me check. Nothing here. Now we can head over. Let's see what's in this chest. I'm sure we'll run into somebody. Yeah. Sorry, that's not too bad. Should be enough. Yeah.
Did that scare you?
Ooh. Yeah, some of those timings can be really tricky. I've always had trouble with those fish because they're usually a pain.
Haven't you had enough yet?
Let's go, Allegretto. And there he goes.
Did that scare you?
Now going in for a heal. I got ya. Oh, what am I doing? Whoops. Let's use a Hawkeye here. There we go.
All right, let's keep moving forward.
Yeah, not too bad. Alright, let's see what this is. Oh, mammoth armor. Okay, let's see what this does. A few different people can actually equip these. Okay, so pretty decent defense. Oh, okay, so that's the one that he already has. Oh, she can also have this too. Okay, that's not too bad. Oh, we could give falsetto that. Even though it's like a +1, that's fine. Yeah, we could give this to Allegretto. Every little bit helps when it comes to attack and defense. Alright, that should do it for over here.
Well, are you ready or what? Let's get started.
Alright. There we go.
Haven't you had enough yet?
Oh, missed it. Yeah, that one can definitely be tricky because it is fast. There's a very tiny window to set that guard off.
All right, let's keep moving
Yeah,
forward.
so I'll have to heal with this next fight. Which is alright. Viola is more than strong enough to heal everybody. Might be enough. Yep. Not enough of that.
Rush into battle.
Take that!
There we go. Missed it. There we go. Yeah, that works.
Did I make your eyes spin?
Very nice. Yeah, just a little bit more for Jazz too, because Just about ready to level up again. See if there's anything over here. I see a chest. Oh! Oh, this is a special one. What's this guy doing here? Is he trying to toughen himself up or something? He's gonna dry up if he stays like this. Oh, if I remember correctly, this is also somebody else that we could trade with. We actually helped him out. I think we have to use a fruit basket in a little bit, actually. I thought it was farther along. Yeah, I completely forgot about this fish dude. Because I think we have to backtrack to this guy and help him out. Yeah, so let me grab that chest over there, then we can
You better pull your head in.
finish up here, because we're almost done with this area. Not enough of that. Oh, alright. That happened.
Didn't that scare you?
There we go. That was a goofy setup. And of course they heal. Let me help her out. Yeah. Duck. Alright, I'm gonna do a little bit of a run here. Okay.
Take that.
Of course he heals.
Chance.
There we go. Should be good.
Not much to you, huh?
Right. Alright, let's go see what's in that chest. Yeah, so we gotta remember that fish dude. We gotta get something that actually helps him out. See if I can... I don't think I can go in between them. A little bit. There we go. Dead end. Ooh, that was close. Alright. And we should be good. Alright, what do we get? Falcon. Okay. Weapon for Jazz. 6073. Okay, that's good. Definitely good for him. Yeah, so they did mention that there was an inn up ahead, so that is the next spot that we go to. I think it's somebody in there that we have to talk to about the basket. Let me help her out. Jazz, duck! Totally shooting through his head. That was pretty good. Oh, almost missed it. Duck. There we go.
What did you expect?
And a level up.
Battle isn't over yet.
What do we get? Okay, nothing for level 20. Ah, there we go. Let's go for a safety save. Yeah, And that was the swamp. And we made it to the end. Alright, I think there is something on the ground nearby that we can get. I think it's a score piece. I think it's in that boat. It's either in that boat or in the cart